Doggy, strike you down.
Really drives me freaking crazy. Let me finish. That is absurd. What a disgrace. Now, for crying out loud, I'm glad you came back, doggy.
Strike me
down. Yes, sir. I can't hear you, gosh darn it. They took my headset off. Where is that doping deck? What's the matter with the jam? You're nuts, you're nuts. I love you. Strike me down. Yes, sir. A disgrace. Now, when I ask for it, I am strong and powerful. Okay, are we ready?
We're ready, let's go.
I didn't do it last week. I had some great ones last week of people not kicking field goals. Lee and Colm, 7-3, kick a field goal, will you please, instead of going for it when he got stopped there on 4th down early in the game. But I have some good ones this week. Number one is a betting scenario. You know I love to give you this. I lost every parlay known to man. Niners on the money line. Buffalo was a killer. C.J. Stroud buried me on the money line. So finally, at the end of the day, I figured, you know what, I got a chance with the Rams. And they didn't have a chance the whole game, but I figured I was in pretty good shape. Because after they stopped the Bears on 4th down with, 2.5, 3 minutes to go in the game, they had it at the 3-yard line, and they were up 17-10. The spread was 3.5. Hey, I'm in great shape. They got a first down on the on a second down run. They got a first down. There's about 2:20 to go in the game, and I love McVay. But then, with 2:07 left on 3rd and 10, he's got the MVP of the league on him. Take a look. Sean, what are you doing to me? And I got the Rams at 3.5. It's 3rd and 10. He's got Nakua, and he's got Adams, and he runs the ball. What are you, crazy? With a Hall of Fame quarterback, and don't tell me about the time. Because there's only 2:07 left in the
Still didn't get the 2-minute warning.
So it doesn't make any difference. You're going to punt the damn thing, and the Bears are going to have 2 minutes left at midfield. Sean, what are you doing? What happens? Caleb Williams goes right down the field. He does a little whirly-dirly, throws the ball in the end zone. Cole Kmet makes the catch. It's 17-17, and I lose again. God darn it. I mean, I got destroyed all weekend with these parlays. Fat Robin rapping. I got killed. I finally have a chance to salvage something late Sunday night. I can actually say goodnight to my wife for the first time in 5 days after I was sick. And he sits there and he runs the ball on 3rd and 10, and here comes Caleb Williams. Oh, it drove me crazy. That is number one.
I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel worse.
After the game, Sean McVay said, "Hey, I think I called the worst game of my career. I called a bad game." Is that okay with you?
He was talking about the overtime play, not the play in regulation.
I think he was talking about it in totality.
Go ahead, Stevie.
Doggy, I 1,000% agree with you. I was fixated on that. I couldn't believe he ran the ball. I'm like, your staff is going to be the MVP. Put the ball in his damn hands. What are you handing it off for a run for? Made no sense to me. As you would say, drove me crazy.
There you go. All right, that's number one. Steve and I have agreed all day today. My little buddy.
You guys are great.
Out in Coral Gables. All right, number two. Listen, you know, when they have the play, and it was a terrible call by Ben Johnson, when you have the ball inside the 50-yard line, as the Bears did in overtime at 2nd and 8, run the ball a couple times. You can't go for a big chunk play there. That's ridiculous. It was a stupid. And you're going to tell me it's Caleb Williams' fault? Who knows? The play call was terrible. Then he throws the interception. This is the great play, 2nd and 8, whatever the temperature was. And DJ Moore ran a terrible route. Did a terrible job. He didn't know what he was doing. Caleb Williams mentioned this in his postgame. He said, we had a miscommunication. He didn't cut it right and everything else. I hated the play call. But he went to the media and he explained, what in fact happened. Everybody wants to ask him the question. Did you know DJ Moore was not in his locker after the game? Did you know DJ Moore, the next day in Chicago, didn't show up? So nobody in the Chicago media had a chance. DJ, he's making $1 billion. They got him from Carolina. They gave him a huge contract. Hey, DJ, part of being a professional, we've seen this too much. We saw Mark Andrews do this. We've seen Diggs do this. It drives me crazy, okay? When you are in a situation where you are responsible or had something to do with the game-ending play in the playoffs, and you have 2 chances to meet the media after a game, you got to show up. You got to show up and give us 5 minutes just to answer a question. What happened in that last play? It's the game. It's the season. We know football for 9 months, and DJ Moore doesn't show up. And we've seen too many of these athletes don't talk after they make a mistake. And Andrews last year, same thing for the Ravens against Buffalo. Never showed up. He gave us an email account 7 months later, which nobody cares about. I mean, ridiculous. I mean, show a little respect to the fan base who sat there in 5-degree weather for 4 hours, who are dying to know what occurred, and tell them, you know what, I made a mistake, I didn't run a right route. Give us something. That is number 2.
Yeah, I didn't love that either.
Week 18, Tyler Loop, Ravens rookie, misses the field goal, stood there,
Absolutely.
answered every question, ate it, and then went on his way.
To be fair, the kickers always stand there and answer the question.
Go ahead, Stevie. Let me hear your
Receivers,
take
not
on
as
this.
much.
Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you know how to be a professional. And you know, when you got guys that can't take it, that just shows. I mean, you know, you got a lot of folks out here, you know, and I'm not calling him that, but you got a lot of folks out here who are mental midgets. They just can't take it. You know, in the case of DJ Moore, 4 years, 110 million, 82.6 million guaranteed. You know, you probably ran the wrong route or whatever. You don't want to sit up there and own it. You don't want to talk about it. That's not good. It's not good at all. So I don't blame you for going at it. But again, I appreciate you bringing up that Mark Andrews did it last year with Baltimore as well. All world, everybody raved about Mark Andrews for years. And he drops a 2-point conversion, and then you got to put an APB out on him because you can't find it. Kind of weak.
Hey, don't forget he fumbled at midfield in that game, too. All right, so Steve and I, again, we're on luck today. What a job. All right, number 3. All right, listen. This is why McDermott called the timeout. And I think if I had to agree, it probably was an interception in overtime. But you mean to tell me that they got 1,000 eyes on this, that they don't go call Sheffers under the hoodie, the head of referee in this game? Well, by the way, 62% of the games that he officiates, the home team wins. I don't know if you guys knew that. The average is 54%, 62%. You mean to tell me that Sheffers can't, after he called, can't go to the hoodie just to explain what he sees and confirm it, and then go out there and tell the audience there's millions and millions and millions of dollars bet on these games? That's the bottom line. We deserve an explanation, and that's what McDermott wanted. And that's why he called the timeout in overtime. Can Carl Sheffers go under the hoodie after and confirm, and then come out and tell people, guys, he did not maintain possession through the fall. The defensive back picked it off. We confirmed the call. And then you got Walt Anderson, who is the head of the NFL officials, former official. He went on the NFL Network and he said, among other things, we got 1 million eyes watching the games, and we had to move the game along. Yep. Move the game along! Nobody cares about Seattle and San Francisco. I mean, move the game along, and plus Shaheed ran the kickoff back anyway for a touchdown. The game was over. 10 seconds in. Move the game along. Here is the NFL that makes you sit out there in 50-degree below zero temperatures at 11 o'clock at night for commercial after commercial after commercial, and they can't put freaking Sheffers in front of a hoodie in overtime to take a look at it and at least give us an idea of what you saw. And then I got Ward after the game. Hey, we got to move it along. Move it along to where? It ended the season. It ended McDermott's career in Buffalo. And you got to move it along. Have Sheffers go under the freaking hoodie, whatever it's called, the camera, put the hoodie on, watch it, come out, look at the camera, and explain to millions and millions of people who bet Buffalo. And yes, I was one of them. Who bet Buffalo to explain what he saw. Not that millions of eyes saw it. What a horrendous job by the NFL. They take forever with these calls. They officiate everything. And the biggest play of the season, we don't get a second look at it if you're the head referee. That's a joke. That is an absolute travesty.
To your point, Jaguars, Buccaneers, Week 3 preseason game. We'll have an official at the middle of the field giving a lecture to the audience, explaining the rule book. The biggest play of the season, we didn't get that luxury. There was no explanation. We're all sitting at home. I'm with you on this one.
We were all sitting at home. The entire Bills bench, locker room, they're crying. They don't know what just happened. I
agree with him. I mean, listen, I will say this stuff. When you talk about commercials and you bring up that as a point, well, the commercial pays the bills. The officials don't. So I don't agree with you there, don't you? But I understand.